Hello guys, welcome to the series of shell scripting for the beginners. In previous lecture we have seen table of the contents, means what are the topics which we are going to cover in the complete series. Now this is the introductory lecture where we will cover what is the shell, what is actual shell scripting, why to use shell scripting, applications of the shell scripting and the different types of the available shells. So let's get started and see what is the shell. So shell is an environment in which we can run our commands, programs and the shell scripts. This shell provides you with an interface to the Unix system. It gathers the input from the user and execute the programs based on that input. This means the commands which we enter on the terminal, and instead of those commands particular programs will be run in the background, and the output associated with those programs will be displayed on the terminal. So the terminal is also a example of the shell. And what is the shell scripting now? Shell scripting is basically a text file that contains the sequence of commands used to perform the repetitive tasks on the daily basis to automate the process. So this shell scripting is nothing but a file just like any other programming file, and this file contains the commands, if else statements, arrays, loops, functions that we use to perform various tasks on the command line. Once this file is created, we need to save these files with the extension .sh, and this file is then interpreted and not compiled. So what is the mean by this interpreted? So normally programs are compiled and shell scripting file is interpreted. So the difference is interpreted means each line is first checked whether it has errors or not, and then it is executed. So line by line it is executed on the terminal. While compilation means first it will check for the all the errors available in your file and then it will generate the output. So this is the difference between interpretation and the compilation process. Next is why we need to use the scripts. These scripts we can use for combining the lengthy and the repetitive sequence of commands into a single simple command. And next is to perform the faster actions on the tasks. So let's see what are the few applications of the shell scripting. First application is automating the code compilation process. We can achieve this using shell scripting. Second application is to run a program or create a program environment. Third is to manipulate the files. Now what is the manipulating files? So whatever the operations we perform on the files using the command line, like creating files, deleting files, renaming files, copying the contents from the one file to another file, and all other things, all these options we can perform using the shell scripts. Next application is linking existing programs together, executing the routine backups and the monitoring a system. So these are the few applications of the shell scripting, and we will see practically. And this Linux provides four types of shells in the OS. So first is the C shell, second is Bourne shell, third is the Corn shell, and fourth is Born again shell, which is also called as Bash shell. And we will see each and every shell one by one. First is the C shell. This includes the programming features like built-in arithmetic and C-like expression syntax. The path to this C shell is /bin/csh. You can see this path in terminal also. It is denoted as the csh, and normal user default prompt is percentile, while the root user default prompt is hash. So you can observe this on the terminal also, which shell you are using, and these symbols are used to identify. If you are a normal user, then there will be the percentile sign, and if you are a root user, then there will be the hash sign. Next shell is Bourne shell, and it is the original and the faster shell, and path to this Bourne shell is /bin/sh. and it is denoted as sh. The symbol for this bourne shell for the normal user is dollar, while for the root user is hash, and this symbol is for all the shells available. Like for all the root users, for all the shells, symbol is hash, which is common. The only symbol changed for the normal user. So in C shell we have seen it is percentile, and in bourne shell it is dollar. Next shell is the corn shell. It's a superset of the bourne shell, and that's why the symbol for this normal user is dollar, just like the bourne shell. And the for the root user, default prompt is hash, as I told you, which is common for the all shells. Path to this corn shell is /bin/ksh, and it is denoted as ksh. Actually, it is the typing mistake. The last shell which is available is the bourne again shell, which is also called as bash, and it includes the features of bourne and the corn shell. So it is the combination of both bourne and the corn shell, and denoted as the bash. Path to this bash shell is /bin/bash, and we need to include this path in our shell script also, which we will discuss in the next lecture. The normal user default prompt is bash -g dot gg dollar. So this is the longest in all the shells, and for the root user default prompt is bash -g dot gg hash. So this was all for the introduction part of the shell scripting. See you in the next lecture with the first script, where we will print the hello world program. Thank you very much.